What's up, Colts Nation? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. All right, guys, look, today I needed to talk to you about something of massive importance. That's right, you guessed it. When you hear the word massive, you know darn good and well I'm talking about Jelani Woods. Guys, he is a large human being. Let me tell you. Listen to these numbers: 6'7", 253 pounds, with an 82-inch wingspan. I mean, what a target he's going to make for Matt Ryan. Whew, I am ready for that. And the thing is even at that size, this young man was able to run a 40-yard dash with 4.61. He is 37.5-inch vertical. And then he's got a 10-foot 9-inch broad jump. I mean, think about that, guys. 10-foot 9-inch broad jump, just like Alec Pierce.
And 9.
The only difference is Jelani Woods did it at 40 plus pounds heavier. He found the power and explosivity to propel himself through the air just short of 11 feet. I mean, guys, honestly, it's mind blowing to me. It seems like some of these numbers seem like they're almost physically impossible. I mean, defy the laws of physics type of thing. But as you guys know, it's real. And the thing is if I just seen that, if I just seen those numbers and seen the combine and knew what he did his senior year of college, I wouldn't need to hear anything else. I'd be like, Coach Clayton Adams, here you go. Here is this young man. Turn him into one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Very similar to what we did with Mo Alley Cox, except Jelani Woods has a lot more experience at football. All right. So, like I said, guys, I am so hyped to see this young man. I can't wait to see him in training camp and pads and stuff, and just put my own eyes on there and to sit there and watch and see if what you've seen on film and stuff can transfer to the professional level. And I'll tell you right now, guys, I really do believe it can. Okay. But like I said, if we just looked at these numbers, just looked at the measurables, I'd be like, okay, let's go. But the thing is you'd be doing this young man a big disservice because, we sit there and we talk about toughness and intelligence and competitiveness. And I'm telling you guys right now, Jelani Woods checks a lot of those boxes, guys. A lot, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. He's still raw, okay? Because, quite honestly, his whole earlier years of football was at the quarterback position, which I'll get into a little bit, okay? But like I said, he's still raw, okay? I'm not sitting there saying that he's going to come out and be, Travis Kelsey or Gronkowski or anything, but I'm telling you right now, with time, with the proper coaching, which I believe we have in place, this young man, the ceiling is very high for him, okay? But like I said, let's talk about some of the other things. Let's talk about his intelligence, okay? This young man has just, I mean, his intelligence has just been through his high school and everything, okay? Because, like I said, he played the quarterback position. He found football in the suburbs of Atlanta, okay? He started playing in middle school, all right? And he sat there and he took and played one of the toughest positions in sports that we know of at the quarterback position, right? And he wasn't one of those high school quarterbacks that ends up gaining more yards rushing than he does. No, this young man was considered a pocket passer. He had multiple Division I recruitments as a pocket passer, okay, guys? So, like I said, this kid's football intelligence is off the charts. And then you want to sit there and you even take it further, right? He goes in and gets his degree at Oklahoma State in management, okay? But then he transfers his final year to Virginia. And the thing is he doesn't stop with his education. He's like 2 classes short of getting his master's degree in higher education. Once again, another young man who is trying to get the most out of all of his opportunities. And the thing is they're turning out to be some really special people that I cannot wait to see. And when you sit there and you talk about competitiveness, I mean, once again, very similar to Alec Pierce, one of 3 brothers, grew up playing football, grew up playing multiple sports and stuff. I mean, this young man like I said, started his tight end or started his football experience playing quarterback. Right, he was a 4-year starter in high school. Led his team his senior year to the divisional championship and won. By the way, Jelani Woods, I know the quarterback that you beat that year was Davis Mills. Now the quarterback for the Texans. Do me a favor, young man. Let's get used to beating him, all right? I would appreciate that very much. But like I said, he led his team to the state championship and won. Okay, so this young man had all the gifts and got recruited by Oklahoma State. And the crazy thing was he sat there, and as very common, you get recruited, you start having that growth spurt, but then he got into college and he just kept growing and growing. Like I said, 6'7", 253. That's a lot of growing, guys. That's a lot of growing. But the thing was he's so competitive, and he was willing to be such that tough, team player kid. He's a redshirt freshman at the quarterback position, right? And the coaches are like, hey, Jelani, we need you on the practice squad playing tight end because their defense was trying to get ready for a big football game that year, right? Jelani's like, yeah, sure. And he went out and destroyed them, guys. In Jelani Woods' words, it was one of the best days of football that he'd ever had, okay? I mean, he sat there and he destroyed his team's defense, which I'm sure that the Oklahoma State coach wasn't too thrilled about at the time. But I would argue to say that he was very impressed with what Jelani did at the tight end position. So they came to Jelani Woods and said, hey, why don't we start working you in at the tight end position? And, think about this, guys. How many kids, would sit there and be recruited to school as a starting quarterback and then just willingly be like, yeah, coach, whatever the team needs. Yeah, you want me to move to? That's awesome. That shows you the commitment, and that shows you just what this young man and how hungry he is to be successful at this sport. And I'll tell you right now, guys, I am here for it, okay? And the thing is there's just so much more, because you sit there and, like I said, he went to Oklahoma State. First year, all he did was basically inline blocking. That's got to be a blast, right? He's like, man, I sat there on the practice squad and I was scoring touchdowns, making catches. Now all of a sudden they've got me just inline blocking. But the thing was he needed to learn that skill, and he's not great at it. I'm not sitting there trying to paint the picture that he's, a Jack Doyle or a Mo Alley Cox with the blocking, but he shows the willingness. He has the size. He understands, and he's already started that path. Once again, you relate it to Mo Alley Cox. Mo Alley Cox hadn't blocked a flea. You know what I mean? He had to learn those skills. But I would argue Mr. Mo Alley blocks is, thought of fairly highly as a blocker. So I'm not thinking that Jelani is going to be that far off of getting that skill set and stuff. And then, guys, I'm telling you right now, when this young man gets the ball in his hands, he's not of that quarterback mindset. You know what I mean? When he gets that ball in his hands, he's like, I'll run past you, I'll run through you, I'll run over you. It does not matter to me. I've seen film of this young man where he sits and he plants his foot, okay? He goes to plants his left foot. It slides out from under him, but he still explodes to the right and just breaks the ankles on the defender. The defender's down there, and all of a sudden Jelani Woods just trucks down the field for another 40-plus yards, okay, guys? And then I've sat there and watched other film where he gets a hold of the ball in his hands and stuff, and he's looking around, and he's looking for somebody to hit it, it looks like. He just comes and he lowers that shoulder. He's not afraid of contact. He doesn't have that fragile quarterback mindset. He's got that. I'm a football player, and I'm out here to inflict pain onto others. And I am so pumped to see this kid. Think about it, guys. Think about it. We basically got, another massive human being that is raw, but yet so much closer than what Mo Alley Cox is. And now look where Mo Alley Cox is. Can you imagine where Jelani Woods with Coach Clayton Adams for the next couple years, where he could end up? I am so on board for this. All right, guys. Well, that's really all I got about Jelani Woods. I hope you enjoyed it. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like, hit subscribe, and don't forget, share it with others. Have a good one.
Just because a player's not a household name doesn't mean we can't make him a household name.